me kula ivine Oli no au ina pono lanio E Hawaii aloha
Well, in the beginning, I was like, well, I don't know why I would even try to do this. I know nothing about Hawaiian culture or Hawaiian history. And then, I'd won a couple weeks and I was like, this is a lot of fun. I really just enjoyed it. Like, putting it into perspective, I had stopped going to work, and was sort of at home, and we're all in the middle of this COVID pandemic. And it was just such a nice sort of reprieve from worrying about all these things that were going on. And I would, I'd be on my phone, and then I'd be like, well, why am I on my phone reading all these historical documents? I'd go on my computer, I'd sit down, I'd make myself lunch, and I'd be like, I'm gonna try and solve this puzzle. And sometimes the first clue and the second clue, there wouldn't be much to go on, and that was almost like, made it more fun, because I knew no one was going to be answering the question, and I'd just get lost down this rabbit hole of reading things about Hawaiian history. And one takeaway I got of it is it's amazing that, like, how rich the history is and the culture is, but how little there is available online. And it was really interesting to me to think about, like, how you came up with these puzzles, the challenges, and they were really well done. I think
Awesome.
that,
Thank you.
yeah, I really liked the continuity. They made sense. There wasn't anything like, I never really thought to myself like, oh, that shouldn't have gone like that. That doesn't fit. Everything was, and it was all like part of the same theme. It was almost too simple, But then when you're going into it, you don't see everything. You're kind of like walking blind, so you don't know you're actually walking in a straight line. It feels like you're walking all over the place. It seems like a rabbit hole, but it's actually it's all very focused. So, how like people were talking about, like, maybe it jumps over to another island, or it's all right there in the big island. Lorenzo Lyons, yeah, that guy was pretty interesting.
Aloha, I'm Malika Spawn Knight here, and I love making games because they utilize the most powerful form of education, and that is play. Before we ever stepped in a classroom, we played, and we learned a lot of important things through play. Now, you could read a textbook, or you could watch a documentary, you could take a class. Those are all valid forms of education. There's no way to own your experience or your lessons like you can through a game, and that's why I love it. Aloha.
Hey lads, so a little thing about game development is that you don't have to be a college graduate, honestly. You could be just a simple everyday mom, or a 7-year-old kid. As long as you have creativity, compassion, and willing to tell a story, you could make a game. It could be a Monopoly clone, it could be a Call of Duty clone, or it could be something else. Gaming is a canvas waiting for you to touch it.
I was getting my power boost there with caffeine. That was 7 seconds I just wasted. Hi, I'm Jeff Rivera, and I'm going to be sharing with you why I feel gaming is one of the most powerful mediums in existence today in about a minute. Okay, gaming and game design can be used as a means of conflict resolution, or teaching curriculum, passing on traditions. I think it's a far more immersive medium than video, or books for the matter, or even just traditional classrooms, where it's not passive, right? With a game, you are in the content, you are part of the content, and you have to understand how the content works, or the game just falls apart, right? Each person participating in this game is essentially a cog or a wheel, right? So if you as a player don't understand how this how the system works, the whole system falls apart. And that right there, I mean, just that simple thing right there, that can solve all of humanity's issues, right?